All right. Season 1, Episode 7, You Are the Sun, Part 2 to the review. Okay, so where I left off on the other recording is that Clark assures Brad and Leela that he knows that Project Noah has become a nightmare. So he, of course, is in fact on their side now. Okay, so the next thing you see is Horace Gilder. He's still working with one of the federal guys, and he's still trying to salvage Noah for his own purposes. Again, they're working together, doing everything they can. They're coming up with new plans, which scare me. But yeah, they're doing something different. You see Dr. Sykes is telling Lear that Elizabeth at this point is dying. Something is going to have to happen because it's gotten bad. Her vital signs are not good. Her blood pressure's dropping. I mean, she's just in a bad state. She's in the state that Anthony was in before he actually went and had his full change. So Dr. Lear is in Elizabeth's room talking to her. They're having a conversation. And while he's talking to her, she tells him that she's ready to die. She wants to go ahead and die. She does not want to be a monster. So she basically chooses death over turning into what Fanning is. And she tells him to turn the life support machine off. Dr. Lear, of course, doesn't want to do it, but he loves her. He understands. He turns the machine off and she dies. And while this happens, they show Dr. Fanning. And when he goes through his monstrous changes, when he has all those veins in his face, you can see that he's feeling that Elizabeth has died. So they show that, and that's all they show in that episode. You don't know what Dr. Fanning is going to do yet, but he feels it. He knows that Elizabeth has died, okay? The next thing you see is Brad and Leela. They actually make it back to Amy at Project Noah. She's asleep. She's in this deep sleep. And Brad is trying to wake her up, but she's not waking up. She's almost like she's dead. But what's really happening is that she has went into this deep sleep where she's dreaming or seeing her mother. So we get to meet and see Amy's mom in this particular episode. She finds herself in her kitchen and she sees her mom. Her mom's cooking dinner. They have a great conversation, and I'm not going to go into everything they talked about. But basically her mom lets her know that everything is all right. I love you. You're a wonderful child. I raised you better. I know who I raised. You're a good child. I forgive you. Everything is good. I'm not mad with you. It was a conversation of consolation for Amy. So when you see her having this conversation with her mom, you begin to realize that it's time for Amy to finally go through her change. Remember, everybody else has changed except Amy. It's taken the longest for her to actually transform into the vampire that she really is. So while she's sitting there having a conversation with her mom, spending time with her mother, there's a knock at the door, and her mom told her not to open it. But Amy realizes that she has to. She said, I got to answer it. Okay, because he was never going to leave her alone. And of course, we already knew who was at the door before she opened it. It was Dr. Fanning, of course. But when Amy looked back, her mother was gone. So, of course, when Dr. Fanning shows up like that, you know that he's trying to get her to come on over to his side. We know that Amy is about to go through her change. So now she's got to choose between good and evil. All right. And that is basically where that episode ends off. There's a lot of other little things that I didn't tell you, but everything that I told you is the gist or the summary of what went on in this episode. It was pretty good. Again, the writing kind of iffy, but it's still a good watch. It's still flowing right along. Some people say it's going too slow, but I don't see how, because a storyline like this, you kind of have to take your time with it in order for people to understand what's happening, so you don't lose meaning of the story, you know. So it's pretty good. I know last night, I'm pretty sure that Amy has gone into her change, and I cannot wait to see what's going to happen with her. I can't wait to see what she's going to choose, but I have a feeling she's going to be a lot different from everybody else, you know. So anyway, yes, that is the end. Thank you all for listening. Please put your commentary, whatever you think about this particular show, put it in the comment section, because I love to read y'all's comments. And I just want to know what you think. I want to know what direction you think the show is going to go in. All right, y'all. Well, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you for listening to Fair Play. Do the review for The Passage. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.